All aboard, it's Jang here with another one of these bags of animals from Playmobil. Got this off playmobil.us, but it is definitely not an online exclusive. You can find these at some stores that sell Playmobil stuff as well. It's a small bag, cost $6 in the US. Thought it looked really cute. Let's see what that looks like on the inside. Okay, it's not too many parts obviously. Let me get this put together properly and then show it to you assembled. Now this is interesting. This actually does not match what's shown on the package on the bag, because this is all one tree piece underneath, and it looks like this part of foliage here is kind of facing towards you, like it's attached on the side. But what I actually got has a main, the main trunk is here, and then the branch is off to one side. Two different lengths there, and then they also include this extension piece, which looks a little bit awkward to me. You just add it on. You can add it on to the top here, you can add it on to the side if you want to. You could also add it on to this one, but this just made the most sense to me to give enough room for both of the koalas to hang on. Well, it's just how it turned out. So each of these bunches of leaves gets one single flower that can be attached to it. That adds some nice extra kind of liveliness to it. And of course the focus needs to be on the koalas themselves. And they look good. They look good from a distance. Let me actually show you how they look relative to the size of a figure. So they're pretty small, but I think it's good in terms of their scale. I think that's how it needs to be. And you can see that they actually hold on to branches. They're a little bit thicker with the opening down at the base, so you can fit them onto some tapered branches as well. They face the same direction. They use the same mold, so there's only one mold for the adult versions, and I think that's a separate plastic that's actually molded in, so dual molded with the black plastic in there, so it's always going to be consistent where that shows up. So rather than paint or print that sometimes it can be kind of offset and not completely consistent. The coolest thing here by far is definitely the baby on the back. You just attach it. And this is kind of a rubbery piece, it's a little bit flexible, so it's able to really grab on, and you just have little handholds on the sides that aren't too obvious to see, the little indentations there. And you just stick the hands over that, and there you go. And I also want to show you what these would look like if you took them off and just tried to put it on the ground. So that's one way, and then you can also have it sitting like this. So no matter what, it's always going to look like it's in that grabbing pose, like it's actually holding on to something. And then the baby, I wanted to see what the baby would look like just sitting down. It doesn't really sit, but it can go into that kind of pose. Now that pose makes sense to me. That looks appropriate. But definitely these look best if you just attach them to a tree, and they definitely look best from one side where they're actually facing towards you. It's a little bit less obvious what they are when you see them from here. And also on this side, they kind of show the fur there, the texture of the fur, underneath the arm and in front of the rear legs, but it almost looks like a jaw on this side, just from the shape of it. So I see what they were going for, but I think that doesn't look all that great with the handhold for the baby to be attached. But these definitely look good in the tree, much better in the tree. One other thing about this tree that I got with the extension piece is that the extension piece is a little thicker, so you can fit the lower legs of a koala around it, but you can't fit the arms up top. So you pretty much have to avoid that part of it when you're attaching the koalas onto this. I think this is going to work much better on other tree pieces, if you have any others from other sets. Or if I just got the wrong thing, if it was just mispackaged and it should have been like this would definitely work better, because then you have more different places you can attach it. So overall, unfortunately, I'm a little bit disappointed with some of the limitations here. I think that it would have been better with a different tree piece. I like the baby koala, the cub, the most out of anything in this set by far. The koalas themselves, I think, will look good on display, but for kids that want to play with them and move them around and try different scenarios with them, you're a little bit limited in what you can do since they only face towards one direction. Sorry about that, but I wanted to try one other thing off camera here. I wanted to see what it would look like to put a koala on a human arm like that. That actually works out okay. I'm happy with that. I'm more than happy with that. So that was important, and they made that work. So there you go. That's my look at the Koala Family from Playmobil. Comes in one of those cheap bag packages. And I've got more of these to check out, so stay tuned. If you have any thoughts about this that you would like to share, if you have any different thoughts about what I thought of this, or if you have a different view on the set and some of the things that I consider to be limitations, feel free to share what you think in a comment down below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.